Now chapter number 5, Lines and Angles, class 7th. We learn angles made by a transversal and the parallel lines. So first, let we recall what is the meaning of intersecting lines. So we can say when the two lines intersect or cut each other at a point. So the point is known as the intersection point, and these two lines when they intersect at a point are known as intersecting lines. Similarly, when the lines which do not intersect each other are known as parallel lines. Now when the two lines intersect each other, then we know that the pair of opposite angles are formed. They are known as vertically opposite angles, and the vertically opposite angles are equal in measure. Now the most important topic for today is transversal and parallel lines. So what is the meaning of the transversal? So if a line intersects two or more lines at different points, then that line is called the transversal line. That means if there are more than two lines and only one line intersect them, the all lines, then this line is called the transversal, which intersect in this figure the two lines x and y at point A and B. So we can say this line P is a transversal which intersect two lines x and y at point A and B. So let's talk about the angle made by a transversal line. So when a transversal intersect two lines, then they make 8 angles. Then we can say a transversal line gives rise to several types of angles. For example, in this figure, two lines are there and one transversal intersect them. So we are getting angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8 angles. Similarly, here also L and M, two lines are there and T is a transversal. So again we are getting the 8 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So what are the different pairs of angles formed by a transversal and the parallel lines? So let's talk about this. So here first is corresponding angles. The meaning of the corresponding angles is the angles that are at the same corner at each intersection. That is, in this figure we can observe these are the two lines and a transversal intersect them. So this green color part is known as the corresponding angles. That means these corners are known as the corresponding angles. So let's again we have the two lines and a transversal intersect them. Then we can say these two angles are the corresponding angles. Similarly, in this figure also we have another pair of corresponding angles, this one and this one. So by the figure you can understand that what are the corresponding angles. Here these two are, in this figure these two are, in this figure these two are. So again we can form these two lines are intersected by a transversal, then again these two pairs are the corresponding angles. So when a transversal intersect two lines, we are getting 4 pairs of corresponding angles. You can observe this. In these 4 figures. So understood what are the corresponding angles? So angles that are at the same corner at each other are known as corresponding angles. Then next is alternate interior angle. So these are the angles, are pair of angles on the inner side of each of those two lines, but on opposite side of the transversal. So what is the meaning of this? So let's see these two figures. Here these two lines intersected by a transversal, so we are getting a Z letter between these lines. See, here also a Z letter, and in this figure also we are getting a letter Z. So if this one is the angle, then another one angle will be the opposite side of this transversal. So these two angles are the alternate interior angles. Here it is shown by the green color. Here in this figure it is by the yellow color. So we can say these two are the alternate interior angles. So we can name them. If L and M are the parallel lines and one line transversal intersect them, so these two, angle 1 and angle 2, are the alternate interior angles. So in the same way, if there is alternate interior angle, so we can say there are alternate exterior angles also. So what are these? Are the pair of angles on the outer side of each of those two lines, but on a opposite side of transversal. Again, the angles which are the outer side of the two lines, but they will be opposite direction inside of the transversal. That means one is in the left hand side, so other one will be in the right hand side of the transversal. So we can understand this by this figure. The lines which are two parallel lines, so interior part of this is known as interior part, or we can say interior portion. On other hand, the part which is outer side of these two lines is known as exterior part. Okay, so let's talk the exterior angle, how they are. So if the two lines are there and a transversal intersect them, so we can say this angle and this angle. So by figure you are getting which of the alternate exterior angles. Understood? Then second one is again there. If two lines are there and a transversal intersect them, then this one pair and this one pair. See, by these two figures we can understand very easily that the angles which are outer side of the lines, and they will be opposite to one another, or they will be opposite side of the transversal. So they are the alternate exterior angles. Then proceed for the next one. So next variety is angle on the same side of a transversal. So what is the meaning of this? Same side interior angles are a pair of angles on one side of a transversal line and on the inside of the two lines being intersected. That means one side on the same side. Here the word is same side. That means both the angles will be in the same side. If there is a transversal, so same side, that means in the right hand side of the transversal, or it may be the left hand side of the transversal. So we can get this by the figure. Suppose you have a burger and you are putting this burger inside of the two lines, and when we cut this burger with a knife, then we'll get left hand side part and right hand side part of the burger. So in the same way, there are angle on the same side of a transversal. Now you are getting some idea about the angle on the same side of a transversal. Let's talk about what are these angles. So if the two lines are there, and we can say this angle and this angle, these both angles are on the same side of a transversal. This is the transversal line and they both angles lie on the same side. This side is right hand side. If these two angles are on the left hand side also, so we can say that is the again one more pair of the angle on same side of a transversal. Now if you are talking about this one angle and this angle where they are the angle on same side of a transversal, they add up and gives 180 degree. So when we add these two angles which are the angle on same side of a transversal, we get 180 degree for these two angles. So now we can find out very easily that in this one figure, AB is AB, A and B are the two lines and T is a transversal. So the angle number 4 and angle number 5, they are the angle on same side of a transversal, and angle number 3 and 6, these two are also angle on same side of a transversal, as 3 and 6 both lie on the left hand side of a transversal and 4 and 5 lies on the right hand side of the transversal, and all these four angles are inside of these two lines. Remember this, angle on the same side of a transversal, only we have to consider the angles which are the inside of these these two parallel lines. Okay, so now we are taking about these two angles add up to give 180 degree. That meaning is angle number 3 plus angle number 6 is equal to 160 degree. Similarly, we can write angle 4 and angle 5, that is equal to 180 degree. Now some important points about the angles made by a transversal and the parallel lines. Now as we understood what are the angles, what is the corresponding angle, what is the alternate interior angle, alternate exterior angle, and what are the angle on the same side of a transversal. So this is the figure when L and M are the two lines and a transversal T intersect them. So we are getting 8 angles between these lines. So we can say if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. Here angle number 1 and 5, remember angle 1 and 5, these two are the pair of corresponding angles, they are equal. Similarly angle number 2 and angle number 6, these two are again equal, they are also pair of corresponding angles. Angle number 3 and 7, these two are also equal. Angle 4 and angle 5 are also the pair of corresponding angles. So wherever if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, and understand, if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. Before this we understand what are the angles, corresponding angles, alternate interior, alternate exterior, and the angle on same side of a transversal. Now we are talking about when the two lines are given and the two lines are parallel and a transversal intersect them. So we have these corresponding angles pairs, all four corresponding angles of pairs is equal. Okay, now second point, again we are talking about two parallel lines are there and a transversal intersect them, then each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. Now we know that what are the alternate interior angles? Correct, angle number 3 and 6, these are the alternate, as one is the left hand side corner and second one is the right hand side corner angle, but they are inside of these two parallel lines, so they are known as alternate interior. These are the interior. So 3 and 6, these are the alternate interior angles. Similarly 4 and 5, these are the alternate interior angles, and these lines L and M are parallel, so these pairs of alternate interior angles are equal. So we can write angle 3 and angle 6 is equal, angle 4 and 5 they are also equal. In the same way, if a transversal intersect the two parallel lines, then we can write each pair of alternate exterior angles are also equal. So, angle 1 in this figure, angle 1 and angle 8. These are the alternate exterior angles and they are equal. Similarly, second pair 2 and angle number 7. These two are again alternate exterior angles and they are also equal. Now, if we have two parallel lines and a transversal intersect them, then each pair of, remember, each pair of interior angles on the same side of a transversals are supplementary. So, we can say angle number 4 and angle number 6, these add up and gives 180 degree. Angle number 3 and angle number 5 add up and gives 180 degree. So, 3 and 5, sum of 3 plus 5 is 180 degree, and 4 plus 6, these two angles are also 180 degree. So, we can say if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of alternate interior angles are equal. If a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. And third point is, if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of angle on the same side of a transversals are supplementary. Okay. So, now we can say, if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then the following pair of angles are formed. So, in this figure, we can say 8 angles formed by the two parallel lines and a transversal. So, let's recall these angles. So, first of all, interior angles, that means the angles which are inside the parallel lines. So, angle number 3, 4, 5 and 6 are the interior angles. Then the exterior angles, angle number 1, 2, 7 and 8 are the exterior angles. Now, pair of corresponding angles, angle number 5 and 1. These two are corresponding angles. Angle number 2 and 6 are the pair of corresponding angles. Angle number 3 and 7 are the pair of corresponding angles. And angle number 4 and 8 are the corresponding angles. So, we get the 4 pairs of corresponding angles where all the pairs are equal to one another. Then next, alternate interior angles. So, in this we get two pairs of alternate interior angles. First pair is angle 3 and 6. Second pair is 4 and 5. Now, again, these two are parallel lines and a transversal intersect them. Then the angle 3 is equal to 6 and angle 4 is equal to 5, as they are the pair of alternate interior angles and they are equal. So, two pairs of alternate interior angles we get. Then alternate exterior angles. So, angle number 1 and angle number 8, these are the alternate exterior angles. Second pair is angle number 2 and 7, these two are alternate exterior angle, and alternate exterior angles are also equal. So, 1 is equal to 8, 2 is equal to 7. Then next pair, the interior angle on the same side of transversals. So, interior angle on same side of a transversals are 3 and 5, pair second 4 and 6. Then we have 3 plus 5 is equal to 180 degree. Angle 4 and angle 6 is equal to 180 degree.